sing country. I want to tell you about myself. Well, I'm a long-tailed cowboy. I ride a big white horse. Yeah, I'm a long-tailed cowboy. I ride a big white horse. Well, people look at me and they say, hurry, 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 is that your horse? Well, I'm a long-tailed cowboy. I wear a 10-gallon hat. Yeah, I'm a long-tailed cowboy. I wear a 10-gallon hat. People look at me and they say, hurry, 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 is that your hat? Well, I was singing in this bar and I was just 13 and I was drinking bourbon and rye. I seen the sheriff coming, he was coming with his gun. I pushed him in the eye. Yeah, long-tailed cowboy, I'm gonna be a country star. Yeah, I'm a long-tailed cowboy, I'm gonna be a country star. Well, people look at me and they say, hurry, 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 you a star. Spoke to me. Hey, I rode in Nashville. Old and Williams spoke to me. He said, don't cut a record, boy. The rest is history. Thank you very much. God, it's been great to be back in Folsom Prison again. We're not in prison. Don't be in prison here. There's good news. There's real good news. Do not go there. That is one bad place. I tell you that from painful personal experience. In painful personal experience, the place a whole heap of my songs got themselves wrote. You see, I lived through a lot of pain in my life. A lot of pain. And what we aim to do tonight is share some of that all with you now. Anyways, I'm visiting this old buddy of mine, trying to cheer him up for this remorse he's feeling for assassinating the door, and I hear the sound of crying, and I'm always alert for tears. I looked up, I see a young woman alongside of me. She got a baby boy in her knee and tears in her eyes. She's talking to her man, I guess. And then I heard a man say something real weird. He says, "Did you bring it? Did you bring it?" And the girl looks up, she says, "I brought you all kinds of things." What do you want me to bring? He said, "I don't want no all kinds of things. There's only one thing this whole wide world wants you to bring me. Did you bring it?" And the girl, she lifted up her eyes and I heard her say, "I brought you 16 boots, I brought my catalog and a picture of your car. I brought you comic books, a pack of Lucky Strike, some gum and a Hershey bar. I brought the picture you said you liked of me. I took the day that he got away. There's 6 new strings for your old guitar and your tapes of the Grateful Dead. Good luck card from your sister Blanche, got a ball from your brother Jim. Well, the sickness sure have changed his voice. I hardly knowed it was him. But one thing I could not get for you, and I pray that it ain't too late. I got no phone call from the governor, I got no pardon from the state. She what we're gonna tell them, so we don't grow up to hate. Tell him Daddy died in the governor's chair, in the comfort of the state. I got your boxer shorts from the A&P, a deck of cards from your cousin Mike, well, and a cherry pie that your mama made just the way you like. I got some fancy decals in a western shirt, with your name picked out in gold. I rode aboard to meet his daddy, oh, ain't but 5 days old. I heard a man say, I killed a man in Venice Beach. He said we're the Riverside. Well, I shot him down for loving you. Now they say that I have to die. It's been a hard old road that I traveled down, but tonight I'm gonna be free. So I'm begging you, babe, don't you let that boy grow up to be like me. She said, what we gonna tell him, so we don't grow up to hate. Tell him Daddy died in the governor's chair, in the comfort of the state. Well, the warden stood in the prison door, and the priest stood by his side. And when he blessed the two of them, and the girl broke up and she cried. Oh, well, the priest, he took her by the hand. He said it's best if you don't stay. Just take your leaves for the very last time, say what you gotta say. Well, they looked into each other's eyes, and it felt the moments pass. And then he wrote the words, I love you, babe, with his finger on the glass. And then I heard him cry out for the very last time. Oh, babe, say it ain't too late. Oh, for that phone call from the governor, for that part from the state. They both said, what we gonna tell him, so we don't grow up to hate. Tell him Daddy died in the governor's chair, in the comfort of the state. Yes, your daddy died in the governor's chair, in the comfort of the state. Some years back now, and I used to get riled up and feeling low, just like all kids do sometimes. When I did, my great granny emphysema, she gave me this Shoshone comfort blanket she got off some old squaw woman, right purty colors. Well, I'd take that blanket and I'd suck it. I'd suck it real good. Fact is, you travel through the whole state of Tennessee, you wouldn't find a blanket's more sucked. Used to ease my troubled mind. Of course, when I got grown, I had my troubles too, you know, just like everybody else. I can see a lot of troubled faces around me here tonight. We're going to change all that with our music. Well, like I said, when I got grown, I had my troubles too, but you know, well, it ain't fitting for a full-grown cowboy to go around sucking on a blanket. I have my own way of dealing with my problems. Here's what I did. I get my old guitar out and I get to strumming. Play one of them old country songs. Riding in my car when I was 20, the Rocket 88. Well, the sweetest girl I knew outside. Well, her name was Laura Lee, and she was pure as driven snow. Next Saturday she'd be my blushing bride. Oh, well, I loved that girl since I was only 7. Well, her hair was like the sun and 3 yards long. And when she caught it in the wheel, got dragged out, caught her heel in the bumper that was loose. Why, she broke her back, her teeth fell out. I sat down and I thought, shoot, whatever can I do? Here's what I did. Sang her an old country song, that's what I did. Sang her an old country song. When times get hard, the roof falls in, the whole damn world seems full of sin. Why, sing her an old country song. Well, my pa gave me a puppy for my birthday, loved that hound dog. Whenever I was bad or in disgrace, oh, that dog would smother me in puppy kisses, and he'd lick the solid tears right off my face. Oh, well, he saved my life one evening down in Memphis, when a diseased half-breed hooker, she tempted me, real little girl. Well, she would kiss me on the lips, but that dog got him first, and he started frothing the mouth and lay on his back with his paws in the air. Why, he was the first dog Tennessee to die herpes, and I thought, shoot, whatever can I do? Here's what I did. Come on, let me hear you sing it. Sing her an old country song, that's what you have to do. Sing her an old country song, I can hear you. When time gets hard and the roof falls in and the whole damn world seems full of sin, why, sing her an old country song. Well, my life has been a story of disasters, yes, yes. Nothing that I've done would work out right, until I hit a seam of gold one day in Dawson, that's prospecting country there. I went to blow it out with jackknife. Well, I see the mountain falling down upon me. Yeah, I saw my body traveling different ways. Next thing that I knew, those angels singing. St. Peter was standing in front of that here pearly gates. And St. Peter, he looked down at my poor broken body. And I said, St. Peter, what we gonna do? And St. Peter, he said, oh shit, man, why don't we sing one more country song? And that's what we did. Come on, let me hear you. Sing that old country song, right on. Sing that old country song. When times are getting hard and the roofs are falling in and the whole damn world seems full of sin, why, sing that old country song. That's what you have to do, folks. Seems like the whole world was sitting right there on your shoulder. You just get your guitar out and get strumming. Play one of them old country songs. Pretty soon life's gonna seem a whole lot better, I tell you. Yes, sir, you better believe. Old country song. Some outlaw songs here because I've always been a rebel. Well, the first song I'm going to do here is about a gunfighter they call the Waltzing Kid. I'm going to tell you how he come by that name. You see, this guy got into some kind of shootout in one of the old western towns, Wichita, Abilene, Dodge City, wherever. And he shoots the other guy. He's walking down the street, makes sure the guy's good and dead. Out of a bar across the street, he hears a fiddle playing a waltz tune, a real pretty waltz tune. For some reason, he starts waltzing around the corpse. Became a kind of habit, so folks call him the Waltzing Kid. That's how he come by his name. Now, it wasn't stupid, this guy. He wasn't stupid at all. He was getting older. His gun hand was getting shaky. He's having to put on a pair of eyeglasses, see he's supposed to shoot that day. He starts thinking, you know, one day it's going to be me that's lying in dust with a bullet through my heart, and some other dude's going to be waltzing around my body. The idea didn't appeal to him too strong. So he decides to change his ways. He buys himself a piece of land, a few head of cattle, gets married, kids, settle down. You know, I want to tell you something here about the past. See, the past is tied to your tail with a string so strong there ain't a knife sharp enough in the whole wide world to cut it. I want you to take that thought home with you when you go home tonight. That's how it was with the Waltzing Kid. That old gunfighting life kept a-calling him. In the end, it was a call he could not resist. Call this one the Waltzing Kid. Young girl's eyes are searching all the hills far away for a man who once loved her, left her one day. 3 kids with no daddy, and a stream out running dry, and a bed cold beside her, and a heart why do you waltz, sweet waltzing kid? Why do you keep your love here? She will forgive whatever you did. She loves you, sweet waltzing kid. We rode out one morning and his gun told away, with the morning sunny pouring from that blue Texas sky. Just where must you go, kid, when you know my love is true? See, the man has to do what a man has to do. Diddly-do, diddly-do. Why do you waltz, sweet waltzing kid? Why do you keep your love here? She will forgive whatever you did. She loves you, sweet waltzing kid. There was part of his story from her never suspected that a man he was a kid. Though she noticed when a dreaming his lips they whistle low. They were feeding the bedclothes down slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Why do you was sweet was a kid? Why do you keep your love hid? She will forgive whatever you did. She loves you, sweet waltzing kid. Yeah, she loves you, sweet waltzing kid. Yeah, she loves you, sweet waltzing kid. I want to talk about redemption. It's about 10 years back, I went into a barber store in Clay County, Missouri. Clay County, Missouri won't mean a whole lot to folks out here, but it means a hell of a lot to me. Because Clay County, Missouri was the place where the outlaw Jesse James was raised. He had another name. We called him Mr. Howard. Mr. Howard. I was kind of alias when the law was on his tail. But I call him, his buddies call him, and history calls him Jesse James. Now what can I tell you about this barber? He was, without a shadow of doubt, the most boring man I ever met in my whole born days. He was so boring, he was kind of interesting. You know, the day he got born, you know what happened? Nothing happened. The day after, nothing happened all over again. That's how it was through his whole life, a whole heap of nothing. And then one day, something happened, changed his whole life, and that can happen to you and to you and to you. An old timer comes in for shave, and an old timer gets to talking about this and the other, and mainly the other. He starts in on telling his tale about something that happened to him when he was about 5-year-old. He got talking to his great-grandpa, and his great-grandpa was 95, maybe 100 years old. And his great-grandpa starts telling him a tale about something that happened to him when he was 5-year-old. So we're going back some now, about 1875. So let me take you there. Here's his great-grandpa when he's 5-year-old. He's walking hand in hand with his daddy down some street, Clay County, Missouri. And out of the sun, a horseman comes a-galloping, lickety-spit, and disappears in a cloud of dust. Like a dream. Like a dream. And the boy looks up at his daddy's face. He sees a look on his face he ain't never seen before, like he's lost. He's lost. His daddy comes over and kneels down, takes his boy by the hand, looks him straight in the eye and says, "Son, you know who that was went by on a horse just now?" The boy shook his head out, "No idea." His daddy said, "That man you just see was none other than Jesse James himself. Don't you forget that. Don't you ever forget that." And the boy never did. Now the barber, when he heard this story, made up for all that nothing in his life. And that's what redemption can do for you. I wrote a song about him, called it Jesse James and the Barber. Well, I was down Missouri one, just passing time of day. Stopped for a shave in a barber shop that I passed my way. Well, the barber, he was a small man, personality was great. Most memorable thing about him was you forget his face, next day you're around. He said himself, "I'm a small town man, ain't nothing special about me. I never done nothing with my life, well I just had to agree. I lived Clay County all my life, he said with a kind of sigh. I was born and bred this two-bed shack, and this is where I'll die. My life don't amount to a handful of dust, but I'm proud cause I'll tell you why. Cause I met a man who talked with a man who saw Jesse James ride by. Ah yes, I met a man who talked with a man who saw Jesse James ride by. Everybody has a story. This is the bottle. I'm a nobody man from a nowhere town, leading nothing kind of life. Got 3 second-rate kids and a second-hand car and a plain kind of second-hand wife. Well, we once broke up, Jolene and me, we was worse off living apart. And I cut out beer and cigarettes since it broke this valve in my heart. I watch the weather on TV, I read about sport and crime. I watch life walking past my door, but nobody watches mine. Now the life of a man should grow like a tree, and so I've often been told. So I watch my face in the mirror, but all I grow is old. But all my life won't amount to much, I'll be happy when I die. Cause I met a man who talked with a man who saw Jesse James riding by. Oh yes, I met a man who talked with a man who saw Jesse James ride by. Told me about his mom and daddy, weren't no kind of life, but he sure could tell it. I was raised by mom most on her own, had no kin I could rightly call mine, except a half-kind brother by an outside dude, died of fever when he was 9. I'm a parcel brushy, door to door, drifting in on a passing train. Spent an hour with mom in a cheap motel and drifted on out again. And I lost my faith in religion when I saw my mama die. Though the preacher told me I loved her, I just couldn't make myself cry. When I look at Jolene as she sleeps some nights, why love seems to me like a stone. You can lay with a woman all your life and still sleep all day long. Sometimes I can see myself a-dying, I can see it clear as day. I see the blinds pulled down on an empty room while the world looks the other way. But with the last breath in my body, the shy I'll have my cry. Cause I met a man who talked with a man who saw Jesse James ride by. Oh yes, I met a man who talked with a man who saw Jesse James ride by. Well, I walked out that barber store, he was still talking. I walked down the high street, got my pickup truck, and stopped off by the store. He was out in the stoop, he was still talking. The last thing I heard him say as I disappeared out that town, a cloud of dust, was poor Jesse. Poor Jesse James. Poor Jesse. Poor Jesse. Jesse Woodson James was born in Clay County, Missouri. After the Civil War, he rode with a southern guerrilla laid at Charlecoin Trail, ambushing Union troops and trains. Well, after the war was his brother Frank and the younger brothers. He carried on his career as a robber, and he soon became the most famous outlaw in the West with a $25,000 dead alive price on his head. He robbed 17 banks and trains and took loot totaling $200,000. He was shot in the back by a friend and relative, Bob Ford, while straightening pictures in his house. In the quiet of a dying spring afternoon in 1882, his $500 coffin was lowered into a deep grave at the foot of a coffee bean tree in the Samuel's yard. Whiteboard on his grave said, Jesse W. James died April 3, 1882, aged 34 years, 6 months, and 28 days. Murdered by a coward whose name is not worthy to appear here. Why, Jesse James had come home at last. Jesse James, we understand, he killed many men. He robbed a Union train, but history does record it was Bob Charlie Ford that laid Jesse James in his grave. It was on a Saturday night, though the stars were shining bright. They robbed a Glendale train. It was one of the young Fords who gathered in sports and carried that money away. Oh, well, now Jesse had a wife to mourn for his life. 3 children, they were so brave. But that dirty little coward, oh, he shot Mr. Howard and buried Jesse James in his grave. In that small house anywhere, he's straightening pictures there. He thought he had it on, but when he turned his head, a bullet struck him dead. 5 bar, on out of Ford. Oh, but now Jesse had a wife to mourn for his life. 3 children, they were so brave. But that dirty little coward, he shot Mr. Howard and laid Jesse James in his grave. Children, they were so brave. But that dirty little coward, he shot Mr. Howard and he laid Jesse James in his grave. Oh yes, he laid poor Jesse. He laid poor Jesse. He laid Jesse James in his grave. Like Jesse James, I spent the whole time on the road. Never did no book learning, no schooling as such. All my learning I did out on the road. I tell you, you can pick up all kinds of things on the road. One of the things I picked out all along about Mississippi one afternoon was a girl called Rosalita. She gave me some kind of education, I tell you. She learned me some things you ain't never gonna get in school. Rosalita, that's what you call herself. Me, I called her trouble. riding out of Cairo, I didn't know what for. Flagged me down along the Mississippi shore. She wore a crimson dress and a cross that said, Jesus loves me round the throat. Looked at me like she was running from the Lord. And I said, hey, senorita. And I said, oh, Rosalita, you wanna ride along with me? I'm traveling wild and free. You know the road ahead is an ever-open door. We parked behind a liquor store and we drank some wine. Told me by the light, then I told her mine. When she left her home at 17, couldn't stand the folks no more. She'd been making out along the borderline. And I said, hey, senorita. And I said, oh, Rosalita. You know, running from the past just get you nowhere fast. Got a feeling we could get along real fine. Hey, senorita. And I said, oh, Rosalita. Running from the past just get you no place fast. Got a feeling we could get along real fine. $50 motel room down in San Antonio. Midnight heard her whispering on the telephone. Dreaming driving down a road of life, Rosalita by my side. When morning comes, I'm laying all alone. And I said, hey, senorita. And I said, Rosalita. Smelly perfume on the air. Rosalita, you ain't there. Left me nothing in my pocket but a stone. I said, hey, senorita, senorita. Oh, Rosalita. Rosalita, you told the last $50. You have to take my car too. You know, I just finished making the payments on that pickup truck. You know, Rosalita, one day I'm gonna catch up with you. Only one thing I'm gonna say. You wanna know what that is? Here it comes. I still love you, Rosalita. I surely do, Rosalita. Rosalita, this time. Envious of my life, big country star and all. You know, being on the road 300 days a year like that, mighty lonesome. The only thing keeps your mind from busting apart is the idea of a good woman waiting home for you. Then one day it's a rumor in the air, you get a phone call, letter, whatever, and you get to find out that good woman, why she ain't so good no more. She packed all the love into a bag and hightailed it out of your life for good and all. Well, say you sit in some lonely motel room just to get you by with a bottle of cold liquor and a late show for company, and you get to realize that road you thought was going to run on forever stopped at a dry gulch called Broken Heart. And the saddest sound of the whole wide world, the sound of a sad cowboy's heart bursting. Oh, can you hear that sound? Oh, that's my heart bursting, bursting over you. Oh, 'cause your love is young. Your eyes alone can find the peace your cheeks filled wet as my tears they falling out of my eyes, and all over you. My son can't eat, can't eat my breakfast, can't eat my lunch, or can't eat my dinner, can't eat at home, can't eat in restaurants, can't eat packed lunch, or can't eat fast food. Oh, darling, I miss you so very, very much. Wherever you are, I hope you think about me, and maybe one day you'll come home again. I sure hope so. And I sit here surrounded by plates of uneaten food, in particular that goulash your German grandmother gave you the recipe before you recall. How can you hear that sound? That's my heart bursting over you. Your love is gone, 'cause your love is gone, 'cause your love is gone, 'cause your love is gone. Tell you about my daddy. See, my daddy was a salesman. We used to travel with him all over the South and medicine shows and such, and that old Packard of his, that was me, and my mama and my sister Ellie Mae. Because, like I said, my daddy was a salesman. He'd sell anything. Didn't make no difference to him. He said snake oil, pills, religion. Why, he'd have sold his bones if he could have found some dude with 20 bucks and empty skin. Tell you something else about my daddy. He used to drink something serious. And he was drinking like a fool. That day we drove into cattle drive out of about Boise, Idaho, and that was the end of my mom and my daddy. We was orphans, me and Ellie Mae. And you know, maybe that's why I hit the bottle pretty hard myself sometime. But when I do, I talk to him. I know he's up there listening. He's up there now, ain't you, Daddy? I say to him, I raise my glass. I say, Daddy, you know, I guess I'm closest to you when I'm stone drunk again. Down a highway to a medicine show, selling pills and sweet religion out in Boise, Idaho. I was sat with Mama's knee, Sister May was singing hymns, Pa was drinking moonshine gin, Mama shouted, it's a sin, there's your daddy, look at him, stone drunk again. Pa, he laughed right back at Mom, one thing they didn't know, well, both of them was riding to the last rodeo. When he see them cows a coming, there was nothing he could do. When Ma screamed, she screamed too late. The good Lord wants you, he won't wait. And Daddy rode through heaven's gate, stone drunk again, stone drunk again, stone drunk again. Daddy, can you hear me? Well, in your bar room in the sky, like him. I guess I'm closest to your daddy when I'm stone drunk again. There's a tree out on the highway, two names carved on the wood, and dust falls on the road once, ran thick with tears and blood. See my daddy sometimes in that everlasting night, right a shelter from the rain, lick it up to kill the pain, singing songs of raising Cain. Stone drunk again. Come on, let me sing. Stone drunk again. Stone drunk again. Daddy, can you hear me? Well, in your barroom in the sky. Well, sometimes I get to wondering if I'm all like him. I'm closest to your daddy when I'm stone drunk again. Come on. Stone drunk again. Stone drunk again. Daddy, can you hear me? Well, you got bottle in the sky. Oh, well, sometimes I get to wonder I'm a lot like him. I guess I'm closest to your daddy when I'm stone drunk again. Here's a new song. It's about a man and he's got trouble with a woman. He's got two women in his life. One stays at home, looks after kids and loves Jesus, and the other one's in a barroom. Now it's hard for a woman to have a rival. What's she gonna fight with? But when your rival comes out of a bottle, what chance have you got? This is a song called Lady Whiskey. I got love, two women, well, that is driving me crazy. There's my wife, who loves a Jesus and a home in the family. But there's a girl, she's in a barroom, and she's waiting there just for me. Where's football on the TV? George Jones is on the jukebox. Well, and the neon lights shine like gold on the Lady Whiskey. Wife goes to church most Sundays, prays real hard for my redemption. She begs the Lord to send an angel down to set my poor soul free. She asked Jesus, where's that good man gone? Used to always stand beside me. He's watching football on the TV. He's listening George Jones on the jukebox. Oh, where the neon bar lights shine like gold on the Lady Whiskey. Well, she threw away my liquor and she trashed my whiskey bottle. She locked up my car and she threw away the key. But she knows deep in that heart of hers I'll hitch a ride to some dark barroom where there's football on the TV. George Jones is on the jukebox. Well, and the neon bar lights shine like gold on the Lady Whiskey. I picked her up in some barroom. I made a trade with the devil. I traded in my wife, my kids, my job, and my dignity. I let me lie like a prisoner in her arms, though nobody set me free. 'Cause I love her like poison, and I love her like hellfire, and a kiss on my tongue tastes like dying to me. Lady Whiskey, she took me walking all through the dark streets to the river, to a dance hall on the banks of the Allegheny. I met up with all my old friends who was waiting there to greet. Well, in the back room, oh, there was dancing, oh, there was kissing, there was romancing. Oh, there was whiskey, rivers was flowing. No one was coming, no one was going. Well, and those painted girls was crying over someone who was dying, and I prayed it wasn't me. 'Cause there was football on the TV. George Jones was on the jukebox, and a neon light shone like gold on my lady whiskey. You're my lady whiskey. I'm a lady whiskey. I read a story in the paper, so I guess it must all be true, about a preacher who lived down in Anaheim, was saving souls. I mean, the preachers and men, they made a non-bloods. And my mama, she used to say, why their heads are in the clouds of paradise, but their feet are made of clay. I ain't begging for no forgiveness. That's what I heard that preacher say. Just a little sweet understanding, Lord. Oh, to help me through the day. Now this preacher, he had a secret that he kept from one and all. He had a wife that he loved down in Anaheim, but another in St. Paul. Said I ain't aiming to insult you, Lord, so I'll lay on you what's true. I guess I love the touch of a woman's flesh even more than I love you. I ain't a begging for no forgiveness. That's what I heard that preacher say. Oh, just a little sweet understanding, Lord. Oh, to help me through the day. forgiveness. That's what I heard a preacher say. Oh, just a little sweet understanding, Lord. Oh, to help me through the day. He looked at God and the jury straight in the eye, said, I'm a man is clean. So if I'm bound for help or loving womankind, that's a price that I'm willing to pay. So if you're walking or past my prison cell and my preacher's face you should see, just throw a smile in my direction, friend, and share a kindly word with me. I got a begging for no forgiveness. That's all you'll hear me say. Oh, just a little sweet understanding, Lord. Oh, to help me through the day. Yeah, to help me through the day. Yeah, to help me through the day. This here song I'm going to do now is about Hank Williams. The day before Hank Williams died, he told his mother he saw God walking towards him. And he was going to a show in a place called Canton, Ohio. It was 1953, New Year's morning, real early in the morning. And he was driving, and his driver was driving him in his blue Cadillac down Route 19. And they stopped off in a place called Oak Hill Town. They went to a gas station owned by a fellow called Gene Burdett. And the driver said something to Hank, who was in the back seat, and he said something, and Hank didn't answer. And he went around, touched him, and Hank was cold. He was only 29 years old, full of pills and whiskey, goodness knows why. And in the back of the car, I found a piece of paper, and he'd been writing something. He was writing one of those old sad love songs he could do so well, you know. At the bottom of the page, the pen had just streaked a line off the paper. He never finished that song. And it was New Year's morning, 1953. He's 29 years old. This is for a song for all the men who died young, before I get to heaven. Riding to a show down in Canton, Ohio, in back of his blue Cadillac. He took 4 shots of rye just to help him get by, some morphine for the ache in his back. He started writing one last sad love song about some girl that he'd never seen. He saw God and Jimmy Rogers walking side by side down the middle of Route 19. And he was singing one last song, let me write one more last sad song before I get to heaven. Oh, before I get to heaven. Oh, before I get to heaven, let me write one more sad love song. It was down by Burdett's gas station, oh, let the music it stopped for good. There was frost on the ground, Oak Hill Town, the dawn sky was the color of blood. New Year's morning in Fayette County, on Main Street the blinds were still down. Not a soul was about to weep or shout when Hank's ghost drove into town. And he was singing one last song, let me write one more last sad song before I get to heaven. Before I get to heaven, oh, before I get to heaven, let me write one more sad love song. One last song, let me write one more last sad song before I get to heaven. Oh, before I get to heaven, oh, before I get to heaven, let me write one more sad love song. Well, the clock on the wall tells me it's time to go. You know, I hate to leave you folks, there's thousands of people here tonight. You know, the Beatles had a song that went something like, "You're such a lovely audience, I'd love to take you home with us. I'd love to take you home with me, but you know, ain't room enough in my aluminum trailer for all my fans." But you know, now I come to think about it, maybe I could take y'all home with me on one condition. One condition. If my house was as big as is my heart. Clock on the wall takes a second, and 60 takes the minutes say away. Takes 60 more minutes and that makes 1 hour. 24 hours makes a day. Now 7 of those days, they make a 1 week. 4 weeks makes a month, so they say. Takes 12 of those months and that makes 1 year. And that's how your life drifts away. So the clock on the wall takes a second, tells me that the time's come apart. I'd love to take you home with me. If my house was as big as my heart, as my heart, as his heart, yeah, as my heart, Virgil's heart, yes, my heart, is his heart, well, as my heart, Virgil's heart, yes, as my heart, as his heart, as my heart, Virgil's heart, well, as my heart, as his heart, yeah, as my heart, Virgil's heart. Well, I'd love to take you home with me. If my house was as big as is my heart. Thank you very much. I love you. Virgil's heart, Virgil's heart, oh, his own heart, yes, there's his heart, Virgil's heart, oh, his heart, Virgil's heart. But we'd love to take you home with him. If this house was as big as his heart. Thank you. fiddling. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done 2 more songs. Now, I don't want to send you away happy at the night, because I'm a country singer. I want you to make a noise now. I've got a song, I want you to join in on the chorus. I know you've been looking forward to this all night. And the words of the song go something like this. I'm happy with that, I'm happy with that. Let me hear you, come on. I'm happy with that, you can do better than that. Let's try it again. I'm happy with that, I'm happy with that. Like a cat in the sun, I'm happy with that. Like a cat in the sun, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that, I'm happy with that. Like a cat on the back porch, I'm happy with that. Like a cat on the back porch, I'm happy with that. Gives the chord there. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like a cat in the sun, I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like a cat on the back porch, I'm happy with that. Live up in Kentucky, wife, dawn, and a mother who don't have to choose. Guess you find her another. And her mom won't talk to me since we moved in last May. I talked to my wife about it, but we ain't got nothing left to say. And the backfield needs a sowing. I'm getting fat, so I keep on sowing discord. I'm kinda good at that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like a cat in the sun, I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like a cat on the back porch, I'm happy with that. Don't sleeps with a mother, I guess they're happy that way. I sleep with my hound dog, back my old Chevrolet. Got no wheels, got no engine, ain't going nowhere just like me. Nowhere's the one place I'm aiming to be. I eat out by the hen coop, they eat in the kitchen, but they talk loud and purpose, so I catch all their bitching. And my ma says she hates me, calls me some kind of rat, says I'll be the death of her. I'm real happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like a cat in the sun, I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like a cat on the back porch, I'm happy with that. Let's see the band. Marty Thomas on the mandolin. Spend my days on a stoop in my old rocking chair, drinking beers and conversing with folks who ain't there. Dawn goes a dancing, met some dude in some bar. He got shares in some All-Star and a Mercedes car. But I know he's real weird this entrepreneur. Don't think she's his angel, he knows she's his whore. And I'll let the world think I don't know where it's at. She's bound for perdition, I'm real happy with that. I'm happy with that, I'm happy with that. Like a cat in the sun, I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm happy with that, I'm happy with that. Like a cat on the back porch, I'm happy with that. One last time, oh, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like a cat in the sun, I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm happy with that, I'm happy with that. Like a cat on the back porch, I'm happy